Hey everybody, this is Glidercat, and it's time to play. We are back in Captain of Industry. Let's get back to it. We want to keep working on our kind of plastic and PCB board production. We are getting very close. We've got plastic being produced. Do we want to stockpile that? Let's see what plastic is used for, just in case we want to store it. We can make disinfectant with it. Wow. Snacks require plastic. PCBs, we know. Medical equipment. Actually, quite a bit of stuff. Microchips. We should probably stockpile this stuff off, I would think. Oh, man. Do we have room for that? Trying to keep this area clear for our community. Our little colony here. Man. So we want to produce PCBs and we want to kind of stockpile plastic. That's where we're at. I think. And trucking is going to be impossible to maintain here. I'm going to put in a big warehouse right here below this glass one to store plastic, maybe even two of them. And then doing PCB board production over here. Let's see. Let's see what buildings we need. Let's clear these airs so we don't have to look at that stuff. Yeah, let's see PCB. We need just assemblies. 6 at a time. We get 12 every 60 seconds. How many of these we're going to need? I have no idea. Robotic assembly later on. We'll have a better way to do it. Same ingredients, just faster production. Copper, plastic, and glass. What about 3 assemblies here? This is kind of not... All of this here doesn't necessarily need to be here, this vehicle part production. That can actually go, that food processor, but maybe... That's glass. That's plastic. Thinking production of PCBs here, and then maybe storage of plastic and storage of PCBs. Kind of in this little area. Let's try it. Oh, man. One more thing I want to see. How many ingredients are there? 3. Maybe we could copy a 3-input setup. Try it. Interesting if we could get 3 of these. Get this. Oh yeah, there's tons of room. Not bad, right? Again, trucking though, man, I don't know how I'm going to maintain trucking. I don't think I'm going to be able to. That's not horrible right in here. Got a glass belt right there we can tap into. I got to bring copper up. And plastic and come around somehow. And then maybe storage for PCBs right below this. Let's try it right there. These are going to be not that and not that. The PCBs. Just PCBs. And then we've got glass right here. Deeper, easy, right? We'll just put that in the top belt. Like that. Now we need copper and plastic. We're going to have to change... Plastic, I don't imagine, is on a flat conveyor. Is that U-shaped? Oh, it is conveyor belt. Nice. Nice. Here we should come across top here. Let's run the plastic belt. Thinking something like this. Okay, plastic's done. And then copper. We said we were going to try and fork belt over here that had copper. Where are you, copper? Right there. Needs to be way up there. Let's see what we can do. Okay, you will not allow me to branch out that way. Trying to find a good way to get copper off of this belt up this way. Man, we have some spaghetti going on. We have other problems to take care of too, but our research is chugging away. That's good. Wish I could hop this belt in a way that's not that horribly ugly. Try to come down. Horrible too. Get an option here. In fact, maybe here? Might not let me do it. This is at the bottom of a turn. That's copper. About sneaking through here somehow. Kind of like this. Kind of like this. Oh, that might be even better. Let's try it. We'll see what we end up with here. Match pillars through this area. Boom. Boom. And then we're going to dip down. We'll try to... Here, and then we need to connect up to the very bottom row. Let's see. That. Oh. Looks like I need to come down a little bit sooner. Let's take that out. This might work. Go with that. See how that looks. We need more workers. Unity is running a little bit towards the negative. I threw a boost on a couple of these. I put down another mill and another fermenting tank and threw them on a boost. Just trying to get through this backlog of corn that we've got. We've got quite a backlog of corn. I guess I could throw down 2 more machines, but then we're hurting on, kind of hurting on workers. Could pause this operation and let it back up a bit, right? This guy actually looks pretty busy, so we'll let him keep going. In fact, I could put a big old storage tank for compost. Big old loose storage, and then run these just in cycles instead of having to have workers in there all the time. Water looks good up there. Edicts. We turned off the growth pause. I could put on a health boost. How is food looking, actually? Looks good, not fantastic. We have the, kind of eat a bunch of food edict on. Potatoes, for some reason, are doing well. Let's see. We were running low on potatoes. Checking the crop schedule. Yeah, I guess we're good. What's this guy waiting on? The copper. Check that out. That looks kind of cool. The plastic. For my first time seeing that. That looks pretty sweet. Oh, yeah, we talked about a couple things, right? We wanted to stockpile PCBs. Let's look at that again real quick, see if that makes sense. PCBs are only used in electronics. So I don't think we need to stockpile those. I guess I'd rather stockpile the electronics. The plastic, on the other hand, is used in quite a few different things that we saw, right? Snacks, all kinds of stuff. So this might be useful to stockpile. We could do it right here. Take a look. I think this is worth doing. We'll just make this like a buffer, I guess. Show you what I mean. How about... Man, I'd actually like 2 of these. Let's just go for it. Plastic over there. Same thing here. And we take an output belt here and just send that up to you. Then this guy. Just have this guy feed into storage. That. And we can start stockpiling up that plastic. We might even do the medical equipment right here, or something that uses plastic right in this little pocket. Right, that's all good. Glass looks like we have a ton of glass. Since we're short on workers, I'm going to pause our glass operation. We're going to need to kick that back on, but just for now. And then maybe... can cut plastic down to one factory just for the time being. There we go. We're stockpiling plastic. We're making PCBs. Now we need to... Next. Need to turn these into electronics too. The reason we're doing this, I mentioned a couple episodes ago, we want to get ready for the next lab equipment that we need to make. Lab equipment 3. This guy. I need electronics for that. When we unlock these, we just need lab equipment 2s and electronics. Electronics 2, I should say. We've got PCBs, we've got electronics, we have great production on those. We need this now, silicon poly. Molten silicon and hydrogen. Molten silicon, we need to get graphite going, and that's coming out of coal. Graphite, I think, is used for a few things too, right? What is all this? Okay, that's molten silicon. Molten glass. We get the arc furnace. It looks like graphite is going to be used for all the arc furnaces. And eventually we'll be able to make graphite out of carbon dioxide, which is pollution. But in the near term, we're going to need to make it out of coal, and we need to use chlorine. Fortunately, we got a big old supply of chlorine right here. So, man, I don't know. Do we got to make graphite right in this little pocket? See again. Whoops. See what that recipe is again. Coal and chlorine. We get sour water that we don't have much to do with. We have some sour water processing going on way down here. But I don't know if it's going to be worth piping it down here. I don't think I have coal out here anymore. I used to have a belt of coal down here, but now we're just using, what are we using? Heavy oil. What are we using? Light oil. It looks like we're using light oil in the boiler instead of coal. Just thinking where we might do graphite. Look at that one more time, this whole production chain. Equipment 3. Connect. Looking. Oh man, oh man, oh man. A lot to do here. Molten silicon. Yeah, graphite is the missing ingredient. We have to get that. Coal and chlorine. So we can do it anywhere, really. Coal and chlorine in a chemical plant. Have coal here. Belt of coal right there. Have chlorine right there. Saving this space for community as we build up. We've got room here. We could pipe that chlorine gas to an open area, but man, we don't have many open areas. We got stuff way out here, wide open. We have coal right nearby. We have to bring that chlorine gas over. Let's see what else chlorine gas is used for. It makes sense to, you know, set up an area where we're going to be doing stuff with chlorine gas. We have wastewater processing. Wastewater right now is up near our colony. And in chlorine. Sludge we have to deal with. Should be doing this too. Now that we have chlorine gas, maybe we'll put that on the list. Chlorine gas, yeah, plastic we're doing. That's about it. But it doesn't make sense to run a huge pipe of chlorine gas. We don't have to. Nice to do that processing in here somewhere. Oh man. Right here. These belts could be moved quite a bit. We could have a space here. Take a look again. 12 every 60 seconds. A chemical plant. We've got coal right there. We just need to get this chlorine gas. routed, which we could probably do without too much pain. In fact, we could just hug the ground underneath this pipe. Kind of like this area. Let's see. Our water, we're probably just gonna have to dump that. We'll worry about that later. Fight. For 60 seconds. Let's see. We only need 3 every 60 seconds. Arc furnace to make our molten silicon. I don't know where we're going to make that. Oh, and silicon, hydrogen. There's only one use for molten silicon, it looks like. We're going to need a silicon reactor. This gets us 12 every 60 seconds. The 2-to-1. 2 silicon reactors for every arc furnace. I wonder if we could wedge it in here. All of that. All of it. And then have silicon poly come out. Oh man, it is crowded over here. Little spooky thinking about this. Could definitely do it. Could definitely make it work. But man, it is not going to be scalable. There's just not a lot of room to grow. Yeah, this isn't filled in more. That is all. Yeah, this is all going to be mined down to get to this iron. That land's not available to us. This I was kind of saving for, building out our people. Or even putting farms up there. We're going to be playing for quite a while. I think we're going to end up with a pretty huge colony. In fact, we may even move the colony somewhere else on the island, but those are challenges for a later date. Let's start reworking these belts back a little bit, and we'll just see where we end up. U-shaped conveyor. I want to free up space over here first. I'm going to approach this. Not like that. Whenever I do these kind of projects, we end up with a bunch of warnings if trucks can't get where they need to get to. As I'm done. Alright, why won't you connect down to that? Because I think it's a loop or something. Okay, that should be happy. That'll get this guy out of our way. Turn on the glass processing just so these belts move. Of course, now I'm short people. Pause these guys for now, just to free up workers. This will drain out, and then we need to reroute this slag belt out of our way. You are heading way out there. Let's move you. There's slag here as well. Let's hook up with that one. So this is going to go. Will actually be a bit cleaner. Move that one. How's Unity? Is at 117? We'll keep an eye on it. May turn off those boosts in the ethanol area in a minute. This is just a regular U-shaped conveyor. Where we want to get. Do it where it's not so super duper ugly. That'll do. Okay, that is the slag belt rerouted. This salt belt should be emptied here soon. Then we can get rid of it. And then we'll see about the coal if we need to reroute that one or not. Again, we're going to do silicon production right here. Or no, what is it? Not silicon. It's graphite. Graphite production eventually for silicon. Need to get chlorine gas over here and coal. We need chemical plants. And once again, how much is used? Oh yeah, we're going to use this a lot later once we get the arc furnaces. But we might not be producing it this way. Okay, come on, fellas. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to have to just empty this belt, get it out of our way. Boom. Okay, we have tons of glass. Pause all that. Not gonna work through it. This out of our way so we can put down our chemical plants. Where are you, chemical plants? Recipe right here. Let's see how big these guys are. They're not tiny. Man, I'd love to get 2 in here. We'll see. This guy's. Yeah, can we wiggle 2 in here somehow creatively? To the inputs, we can hug this salt line. We could even move that salt belt back if we needed to. I'm going to plunk this down. Let's see. Can I get 2 out of my face? Look at all those inputs. Chlorine, and then... Yeah, there's our... I keep forgetting the name of graphite. Oh. Okay, let's get our coal down. Shape conveyor should be plenty. Gonna want to work for us. We're gonna have to go a little ugly on this one. Here's our coal going in, and now we want to get that chlorine gas over here. piping is crowded, although we've got this fuel line here that we don't necessarily need. Let's take that out since we're not using it. Run a new one. That might free up a spot for us to run chlorine through here. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna... These are our inputs. These are the outputs. Let's see. Put you there, and I'm gonna reroute this guy. I could just pull from here. Try that. All right, where do we need to go? Way up in that area. Hopefully we won't block trucking here. Okay, let's give these guys a recipe. Graphite. Graphite. Now we need to get rid of sour water and we need to find a home for graphite. Man, there's a lot going on in here. Room here for something. All right, sour water. It looks like our regular water's kind of... Oh, no, that's ethanol. Good. Regular water looks like we're struggling a little bit. What are we doing over here? These guys have no water in their reservoir. We might as well pause a couple of these. Let's turn on one of our water purifiers. Or distillers. Alright, we're back over here. Sour water. Let's take a look. Let's see. We would want to process this local. We need steam, and it gets us a bunch of stuff. Oh, man. This is our process. We're getting 6 every 60 seconds. Maybe 12 if we run both of these factories. Should we just dump it, or should we try and route that out here? Oh, man. This is the guy taking sour water. This is kind of useful. It makes fertilizer for us. And then this sulfur we've been using to make rubber. We get water, which is nice. Could try and run a big old pipe. Oh, man. A lot of spaghetti through here. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty if we do that. almost not worth doing. It's so far away. And we could spin up another one of these sour water strippers over there, but then we got to produce our own steam, which I don't have any steam out this way. And then we got to deal with all the outputs, the sulfur and all that kind of stuff. Not really making use of. Using sulfur here to make acid. I don't think I have steam anywhere. This way. Thinking maybe we should. Thinking. Boy, these two distillers are actually keeping this guy busy. They kick out 18 each sour water. This guy only handles 36, so we can't really even pipe it over here and expect to get it processed without throwing another sour water stripper down. We could do it somewhere else. Let it collect and to just route that sour water somewhere else where we have room. If such a place exists. Doesn't look like it. Get these iron guys doing something too. Let me fix that real quick. That'll keep those guys busy. Tell you what, let's wrap this episode here. We got tons of plastic being produced. We've got a stockpile of ethanol building up, which is all good. We have silicon production, or I keep calling it silicon. We have graphite production up and running. We just need to get rid of the sour water and route our graphite. That's where we'll pick up next episode. And we have chlorine gas that's starting to accumulate too. I'd like to see even more. What? Something wrong with the pipe here? Look at that. It says full output. But it's supposed to be going into this tank. Chlorine. What's the story? That's interesting. Let's toggle this pipe back and forth and see if that fixes things. Man, I'll have to look into this. Must be something fairly obvious. We did get rid of one of the output pipes, but that shouldn't impact this. Huh. This guy's ready to produce more chlorine gas. Let me reconnect this pipe and just see what's going on. We'll do this on camera. Boy, that's a little concerning. Turn it back a little bit, maybe. Oh. Might have copied. Did I copy something that was on a keep empty? That was kind of weird. I don't remember doing that. Okay, we're back up and running here. Yeah, maybe I just misclicked. That was strange. It wasn't filling up because this thing was on keep empty. Alright, anyway, we're back up and running. But yeah, as I was saying, we're getting stockpiles of a bunch of stuff we need. So that's all good. But yeah, next episode, we'll figure out where we want to route our graphite and what we want to do with the sour water. Kind of don't want to throw that away. I think that's actually kind of useful to us. Just got to figure out a good place how to put it. So I'll take a look at our warnings here too, in between episodes, and take a look at our trucking, which looks like it's back to stable. That's awesome. Let's take one last quick look over here as I prolong this episode even more. Okay, yeah, we're starting to work through the corn backlog. This was all backed up. So I'm going to leave these guys on a boost for a bit. Looks like I'm going to have to turn on one of these guys. That backed up quick. But yeah, that's it for this episode. For now, this is Glidercat. And thanks so much for watching. Appreciate your viewership as always. With that, I'll see y'all in the next episode.